Okay, we had the QT3. I found that to be, oh, excuse me for a second, that cable pornography going on over here. That's actually the V80 and BGVD, BMGVD, ABCDEFG, whatever, man. I like it a lot. Just the colors, it's got this Mediterranean thing going on with the green and the blue and the gold, and that's blue. Total coincidence. As I'm looking through the camera, I'm looking at these, I'm like, man, this is getting cables is maybe the funnest things that I receive. That's amazing, isn't it? I get IEMs all the time, all the way up to $2,300 in value. I get sources up to $1,700. Actually, I'm sorry, $1,900 in value. And the thing I enjoy the most is cable. It's it's like porn. Not that I would watch porn. I'd rather participate in my own personal porn, but I'm just digging this whole color theme going on. Anyway, after that little display of ADHD, let me repeat myself. RNQT3, I found it to be extremely odd. Obviously recessed mids and a treble that was had peaks in regions that are not comfortable for me. The EX1000s I love. I like detail. The ABCDEFG with the silver tip has a lot of detail. But that's not what I was getting with the QT3. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the QT2. I'm going to go ahead and take the plastic off real quick. Hold on just a second. Okay. And if you're thinking, that was the same song that you had in the other one, well, that's kind of perfect, isn't it? Because I can listen to both of these, and the lead singer and the other two male vocals that I believe are supposed to be slightly behind Fagan, but sounded like they were kind of in front. Looks the same as the... this is essentially the exact same as the QT3. It's the exact same presentation. I'm going to open this, and then I want you to keep your eye on that for a second. Focus in on that. Mediterranean greens and stuff. And then what makes baby Jesus cry? I'm sorry if you're religious. I'm actually Protestant. Never went to church. TMI. Don't take that stuff personal. And this is, well, this is a tad bit different. Or, no, it's not. It's exactly the same thing. Why do this? Why do it? Why know how it's going to turn out? Why? Halloween chocolate, in case anybody sees my hand and is like, what's... Get a notepad, bro. You know what? I had a notepad, and then I put it down, and I never looked at it, and I realized my hand, I'll always be like, da-da-da. What? Oh, shit, the Halloween chocolate. Or whatever message I got. God, check my old videos. I've all kinds of stuff. I had to do my arm exercises. I had a boxing match the next day. God damn. I like to think that these videos have some kind of a purpose for the people that manufacture these devices, so I'd like you to understand that I don't expect you to take cables like these, although these are not like blow your mind stuff. I love them. This is not necessary anymore. No. You can do better than this. Seriously. That's, these cables are just not... Nobody's happy when they deal with that mess. What am I doing while I'm not moving my hands on the front of the screen, showing you that I'm alive? I'm actually taking the larger size tips out because it gives these a fighting chance. These come with the medium tips on it, like most IEMs do. So immediately remove those, and then I want my Mediterranean theme going on. The gold makes the Mediterranean. It's like jewelry, like Greek temple offerings to the god. Pick your god. And okay, I'm not gonna tell any Greek story. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna get these onto here. Hold on a second. All right, this is slightly odd, odd as fuck actually. Um, these are the QT2s, and they have less drivers, and I'm sure that they are supposed to be not as good as the QT3s. Am I making bad guesstimations here? These sound better than the QT3. The QT3, upon listening, instantly will grab you with a V. These have a V as well, but they're not quite as obvious. As a matter of fact, the initial portion of this track, like the first 20 seconds, sounded decent. The kick drum sounded great. The bass guitar not as great. So the bass is got a bump, but it's falling into the mids rapidly or something. I can't quite get my head around it. The bass, remember, bass guitar has a range that goes further than the marked bass range, which is out to about 330 hertz, roughly. The bass guitar goes way past that, actually. But you can't elevate past that because you'll affect male mids and other stuff. You get way too kind of in-your-face sound with certain things, and it'll overwhelm, it'll be muddy. So the kick drum is coming in, but the bass guitar there's certain notes that are not coming in that great. So the bass is, I guess for pop it would be great, but for rock it wouldn't be that great. So this, I guess, is shared with the QT3. The QT3 is not something that I would rec to anybody at any time. These actually sound like they're maybe like for pop, because the treble's not quite as messed up. It's actually not bad. This is really weird because this is another, more drivers does not mean more quality. And you're looking right now at a set that has one less driver than its stablemate made by the same company, yet this sounds better than the other one. Okay? And people have always had their things about, oh, I don't think that just because something's got 12 drivers on each side, it's better than something with 6. You're fucking right. You've always been right, and you know you have, but I don't know how often you can actually nail that down. I'm telling you right now that, and here's an example of that. This is, get the box in. This is, can I get a fucking focus or what? This is 2 dynamic drivers, 1 balanced armature. Now, I think that the 2 dynamics on this is actually 2 voice coils with maybe 2 diaphragms that are over each other. I don't think they're 2 physical dynamic drivers, or they would be quite small. I could be wrong. There's a lot of dual dynamics that are actually not 2 physical separate drivers, transducers. They've got maybe 2 voice coils. That's, I believe, what is the case with this set, which I love. So this clearly says 2 and 1. The one that I didn't like at all says 2 and 2. So we got 4 drivers versus 3. The simple audiophile math that people use when they're wrecking shit to people would probably say that the QT3 should sound, because it's got an extra driver to take care of something, whatever they're tuning it to take care of, so it should be better. This would go against the belief and common sense of something like the EX1000, which is a single 16 millimeter Mylar dynamic driver. Very, very, very small little single driver, and it's one of the best IMs that's ever been made, ever, in the hobby, ever. Somebody brought up a comment in a thread. I didn't reply to him because I respect everybody's right to a different opinion. I put the EX1000 in more videos than anybody on YouTube. It's been in 50 videos. It's my reference, still is to this day. Comparison about this to that was related to the elevation of the treble, but the pleasure I got from it. I enjoy the EX1000's treble. I enjoyed this one's too with the silver tip on it. So that's as far as I meant with that. But that's a single driver that Sony has. Of course, Sony's now releasing a $2,000 IEM that's going to have, I don't know, multi-drivers. And I'm sure as shit it's not going to sound like the X1000. And it looks like shit, by the way. Seriously, go take a look at that $2,000 new Sony. Who came up with that idea? Getting back to what's in front of me, because that's what normal people do. Would I wreck this set? This is like V80 Lite. Not quite as detailed, not quite as kicked in the drums, in the bass. I think the V80 gets the bass guitar right and the kick drum, whereas this sounds like it gets the kick drum correct and doesn't get the bass guitar. Remember, kick drum is basically a single hit. It's a kick drum. You could have dual kick drums, but they're roughly the same frequency. A bass guitar's got 4 different strings that are totally different tunes, one on top of the other. And so that range is much wider. If there's a mistake in that, you're going to probably catch it because it's a bigger area being covered. I can catch that with this, but the kick drum sounds fine. Lower bass hits, like hip-hop stuff, maybe pop would sound probably good on this. I don't know what the consensus was on these because I'd never heard of them before I got them, but if somebody asked me which one would you take, the QT2 or the 3, I'd take the 2. I wouldn't actually wreck this, though. It's not going to get a green check mark because the cable is garbage. I don't even know how to keep saying this except to repeat myself, which I'm totally comfortable fucking doing, and you guys know that. This cable sucks. This makes the joy of the experience less because who wants to deal with that? Seriously, you crumple this up and put it in your pocket is what this screams, because it doesn't. There's no more. I would never do that with these cables. These get wound. This won't wind. If it could, I would, but it can't. So my only option is to wrap it up in its bundle or feel nauseous just looking at it because it looks like a crippled spider. And I'm not into that at all. So I gotta get my Halloween chocolate pretty soon, as my hand says. And these don't sound as bad as the QT3s, and this is another nail in one of the stupid fucking myths in this hobby. The cables improve sound. No, they don't. They don't improve sound. They might change it because of resistance and impedance, but they don't improve it. That's fucking ridiculous bullshit. More drivers don't mean better sound. I have a set of 3 drivers right in front of me, or 2, 3, whatever the fuck. The one with the less drivers sounds better. People know this already, but I got 2 right in front of me, and it's fucking clear. And I'm out of here. I don't wreck either of these sets, but for the record, if anybody ever asks, get the QT2. That would probably play your pop stuff, and maybe you could upgrade the cable later. It's not going to change the sound, but it might look better because this is fucking ridiculous. And if anybody from the company ever gets this video, fast forward to right now and say, "Dear company, RevoNext, this cable sucks. It's ridiculously poor. It's 2018. This is not acceptable. This is a mess. If you really want people to buy your gear, this is one of those little things that make some people click out. My video is going to prevent some people from buying this because they don't want to deal with this mess, and that's like a customer service by me. Don't let me do stuff like that. This is just too easy. This is crap. This is garbage of the highest order. I wouldn't. I'd give this to somebody I don't like, just to keep them the fuck out of the hobby. If this is the experience that they have, they'd be like, no, I'll keep my fucking apple high, but whatever the fuck they're called. Yeah, no, we're out. Look at that. You want a part of that? I don't want a part of that. I don't anybody get a part of that. But this was better than the other one. It's got less drivers, and I'm out.